Good day, spiritual artists. This is CJ Miller, the host of the Spiritual Artist Podcast. I wanted to share some thoughts with you today, some things that have been running through my mind that I feel like I want to explain to a spiritual artist conceptually. So first, I want to tell you what I've been doing this morning is I've been working on um, fixing an issue of psoriasis, which I know is probably more information than you want, but it is a skin issue. And I just got back from the doctor. And of course, they're claiming that it is a immune system issue, which I'm starting to believe has become a catch-all for we don't really know. So I asked the doctor, I'm very direct with my doctors, and I said to him, tell me, do you believe in your heart, because I know that you've spent years studying this, that this is an immune issue, this specific issue that I have? And his direct response was, we don't know. We don't know. We know that when we affect the immune system, it helps. But we don't really know the cause of psoriasis. So let's talk about this because this is so important in understanding what a spiritual artist is. This all works together in what I've been trying to share with my listeners and my students and how we need to approach life. Let's talk about first cause and effect. So what cause and effect means is for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. Think about that. For every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. What we so often forget when we have an issue like a skin issue or a health issue or something challenging us in our lives is that there's always a cause and effect behind it. And I have learned by being a spiritual life coach to help people look for the cause behind whatever life situation they're dealing with. Did you hear that? Look for the cause behind whatever life situation you are dealing with. There is always something behind it. And oftentimes, cause is formed on the spiritual level. Cause is created on the spiritual level. So a spiritual artist is someone that works on the causal level. So I will try to explain this again. When we go back to the doctor metaphor here, they don't know. They do not know what causes this form of psoriasis. And they're merely throwing things at the physical manifestation. They know that if they turn off my immune system, it won't happen. But the immune system is developed to help you, isn't it? The immune system is developed to help you. So when we make the assumption that, oh, this problem is because your immune system isn't working correctly, that's not necessarily valid. They don't know. It could be something in my diet. It could be something that I eat. It could be something that my energy level or who I am. It could be something, yes, heredity could be handed down to me, a gene that has been triggered. And the more and more science and medicine examines this, they realize that every issue, whether it's cancer, heart disease, all those issues are tied into a genetic marker a little bit, but also environment. A genetic marker and environment both come together. So issues that we deal with are created in many different causal levels that come together and are making this. And the doctor, I really was thankful. I was thankful because he was honest with me and he said, we don't know. And so I can then make an educated decision. Do I want to turn off my immune system to stop this issue, or do I want to keep looking? I'm not sure where I'm at on the answer for you guys, folks. Do I really want to turn off my immune system or turn it down? Or do I want to keep looking? And somewhere in the middle, I think. And right now I'm just very tired from the journey. But I ask you as an artist to look at your life and everything that's out picturing, whether it's lack or poor health or relationships or job issues. Always look at causal level. For example, if you didn't like your job or if you have trouble keeping a job, maybe you're trying to be and work in an environment that isn't really who you are. And maybe on some subconscious level, you are self-sabotaging where you want to be. And you're saying, heck, I don't want to sit at a desk all day. I'm going to make myself lose this job. Now, I'm not saying that's the case folks. I'm not saying that's the case at all. There are outside factors. There's environment, there's economy, there's just a bad boss, and there's sometimes you just take a bad job. But always be willing to look at the spiritual level. And so that's why I tell people to be a spiritual artist, step into spirit, look into the spiritual level of the issue that you're experiencing. So today, this morning, as you get ready to go out into the world and go into your art studio, I want you to think about something that is troubling you and take a moment and think about what is the causal level? What is the spiritual level behind this issue? You might not be able to pinpoint it, and that's okay. Just set the intent, even setting the intent and saying, I want to hear and know, Spirit, tell me what is the causal level of this? And that's why I love painting, right? I can ask a question, hold it lightly, and then I go about my painting. That question is there. It's in the subconscious. And my subconscious is this wonderful mind that is working and collecting into create, and it's tapping into creative intelligence. And funny as it works, I might be painting and suddenly, boom, an answer will come to me. When I put it into the spiritual realm and I look at the spiritual level of the problem or the challenge, I can find an answer. This is not an easy journey being a spiritual artist. And, as you can tell, I have struggled with finding the spiritual level, the causal level of this issue for probably 2 years now. And it's really perplexed me. But some things are created from multiple levels of causal. And so I continue on the journey, and I always be open-minded to what spirit tells me. Okay, so we know it's not that. And we know that medicine didn't help me. And we noticed that maybe changing this in my diet did not help me. So a spiritual artist focuses on the causal level, the level of the thought, the consciousness, the belief, all those things. They're not physical. I can't give you a box of beliefs. I can't give you a box of consciousness. It's on the spiritual level. So today, as you go out in the world, think about your life issues, think about what's challenging you, and put it on the spiritual level. Think about it. What is the cause? And then when you change that cause, when you alter that cause, when you choose a different cause, you can change the effect. Please let me know in the comments what you feel about this, if it's triggering you, if it makes you feel good, if it's making you think. I'd love to hear your words. I love that you're following me on the Spiritual Artist Podcast. I have a great episode coming up shortly with someone that actually works on a causal level with our energy. So I talk to you soon. Have a great day, and thank you for following the Spiritual Artist Podcast.
Thanks again for listening to the Spiritual Artist Podcast. Whether you're watching this show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or iHeartRadio, make sure you choose the subscribe button so that you will receive updates when new segments are released. Most importantly, be still, listen, and know that you are a spiritual artist.